Hello, everybody. It's Craig, and I'm back with a movie review. And right up front, there will be spoilers. If you're interested in seeing this movie, don't. But if you are, obviously, adios. You can come back later and see if you agree with me, or if you completely disagree with me. You notice from the setup where I am, I'm back in my office. I was actually getting some final grading done. But this is something I've been meaning to make, and for whatever reason, every time I go home, I don't get around to doing this stuff. So, got a bunch of unboxings coming too, but I don't know if I can do them today. But I wanted to get this out there. Red Christmas. What the Red Christmas Netflix movie, and it's a movie that I've been in the various horror groups I'm part of. I've been seeing people going, "Oh, you got to see it! You got to see it! Watch it!" Now, usually when you hear word of mouth like that, it has potential. Not every movie is for everybody. Like I know a lot of people like Creep. I do too, but there are a couple people out there who don't, and I get it. Okay, well, what is it? Devil's Candy. That's another movie that some people have on the top list. Other people don't like at all. I sort of get that too. I don't get this though, because this movie, Red Christmas, is premise one is trying to give an uber political message, which I don't care what anyone's viewpoints are. Okay, your viewpoints are your own, as long as you're not intruding on the rights of others with what your viewpoints on. Kudos to you. But it's very obvious what the message is here. And I can't really talk about the movie without mentioning it, but essentially, a woman has a child already with Down syndrome. She gets pregnant. Next child's going to have Down syndrome as well. She goes to get an abortion. There's a bombing at the abortion clinic. The baby she thinks is dead isn't dead. So essentially, the child that she thought she aborted because she had Down syndrome and didn't want to have two kids with Down syndrome, which the psychologist in me just hates that concept right off the bat. But we're going to come back ready to haunt them. So fast forward into the future, the husband's dead, the woman's getting ready to sell a house, and it's a big group family. You have her with her son Jerry, who played by Gerard. I wrote down his name, Gerard O'Dwyer. He is an actor with Down syndrome, and I think he did a really good job in his part. And the way she interacted with him, it's like, okay, good, loving parent, until you hear what she did. And then it's like you sort of, oh, maybe she's just overcompensating for what she did to Cletus, which is the other son, who's coming back home. There is a pregnant daughter who is one of the worst human beings I've encountered in a movie. I did say, obviously, this is not literal, but I did say it's like you're hoping somebody just like punches in the face during the course of the movie because she was that bad. Like, and the mother was selling the house because she wanted to move on, to be happy, take a trip, because that's what she promised the father she'd do, and she's judging her for doing it. How dare you? Essentially, she wanted to be in her mother's pocket forever, and you got that idea too. The men in the movies, like, with the exception of the priest or I guess he can't be a priest because he's married. The minister, which has the collar, anyway, he was watching his step siblings, stepsister and her brother-in-law, like just have sex in the laundry room. Which, yeah, and who does that, by the way, or in a family, if we can function, just moves off slightly down the hall where they can hear you. But more of how good these people are. One thing I will say that intrigued me about the film is Dee Wallace. Dee Wallace, if you're not familiar with her, you probably are, you just don't realize it. Dee Wallace, I don't know if I think you could probably call her Scream Queen when you look at all the movies she has been in. Like, stuff that she was in Cujo, pretty prominent role. She was in House of the Devil, which I love that movie. Although in that movie she didn't have quite as big a role. She was the real estate or the woman renting the apartment to the girl, the protagonist in that movie. But even that, knowing her who she was, when she's like, "I have a good feeling about you," you almost can get some ominous vibes if you connect it to some of the other stuff. The Howling, Hills Have Eyes. So she's definitely done work. She's also been in a ton of non-Christmas, non-horror related movies as well, series, stuff of that nature. So, okay, promising. So here we go. We're introduced to Cletus, who is a giant. Who the other part of me is watching this movie is like, wait a second. I'm looking at every one of their siblings, every one of their children. I saw the husband, the daughter, and then genetically, for him to be as big as he is doesn't work. But that's me nitpicking because I like the science element of things. Fine. So you meet him, and he's walking on the road in robes, like almost like the villain in Harry Potter. I think I'm not Harry Potter. Yeah, Harry Potter, like the big cape he had. I'm not a big Harry Potter person, so apologize. You're probably screaming his name at me now. Voldemort. There you go. He comes across a farmer, and the farmer's like shooing him out because he's asking a farmer how he can find what he needs to find. And then he's just the first start of more awful people, because this farmer sort of pushes him away, even though he's done nothing wrong whatsoever, just a guy looking for help. The farmer sees what he looks like, and he's like, oh, you're just a wrong boy, I should put you down. And then he proceeds to yank out his penis and start peeing on him. Okay, now, at this point, you're watching this happen. The kid's trying, Cletus is trying to pray. He's a religious character too. Again, more of them sort of putting agendas and things, which, again, kudos to. But, like, just randomly, a guy comes to your house looking for help and you pee on him? Is that a thing? If it is a thing, I don't want it to be a thing around me. So then Cletus grabs the guy's penis and yanks it off, as you would expect, and kills him, which, in that case, Cletus has done nothing wrong, in my opinion, up to that point. So Cletus keeps going. He finds the house that his mother lives in. And she welcomes him in, gives him a gift. He never received a gift before, first time. And he just saw it was the wrapping paper was the gift. He's like, this is beautiful. Like, so this is a character, you feel horrible for this character. Horrible for him. Not because of what happened, but just the backstory, the fact, the way he's been treated. He has, I'm assuming they're making it because of the botched procedure, but when you see his face at the end, and this is offensive to me too when you talk about people down, like, he doesn't look like, he looks like a mutant, like out of straight up weird sci-fi film. So that's why he wears bandages around his face as well, so people can't see what it looks like. So he comes to the house and he has this letter for his mother. Dee Wallace is the mother, she doesn't realize it yet. But he's hanging out, they're being semi-nice to him, at least two of them are, everyone else is treating him pretty cool. And then he starts to read the letter. And then she realizes that she's reading a letter about an abortion she had when she was younger, which she never told the family she did. She said it was a miscarriage. And then she kicks him out. He throws him out of the house. And from that standpoint, Cletus comes back and he starts killing people. A couple of problems with that too, though, is the first person he killed, she didn't do anything to him. It was a random, I guess what would be his sister. He just sliced her in half. So the kill was pretty cool, but she really didn't do anything vile. And then that sort of proceeds one by one. He starts taking him out, and then she confesses to the minister guy, who really is just a voyeuristic crap, whatever anyway, like what really happened. And then Jerry, the other son, hears it, he gets upset. And then Jerry and Cletus sort of become friendly, like, hey, brother. But then she accidentally kills Jerry, thinking she's killing Cletus. What the fuck? Like, no. Like, every character. Jerry, you definitely have empathy for. Cletus, you do have some empathy for too, until you start, like, but you shouldn't empathize that strongly with the killer, who, by the way, I didn't look on IMDb, because I'm 99% sure I don't have to for this, but because I know it's not him. If it is him, what the hell happened to your career? But the guy who's the killer sounds exactly like Vincent D'Onofrio doing a voice of somebody that has an impairment of some sort. So it's kind of like, that's a distraction too throughout the whole thing. So at the end, everyone's dead except for a baby. I suppose it's supposed to have some sort of an allegory to it, which I guess could be interesting, maybe not. But no, like the movie upsets me not because I didn't like it. I don't like movies sometimes. It's fine. I think even bad horror movies you get something good out of. I don't know what the something good is out of this, so that might change my hypothesis a bit. But the fact is, I'm listening to people talking about how good it is, and it confuses me. So here's what I'm going to ask. Like, I labeled this sort of a rant of sorts, and I didn't really rant too much. I think that's intentionally why I'm doing it here, because if I was doing this at home, I could be a lot more vocal and screaming, or having more expletives. I don't know. So my question is, if you like this movie, why? Okay? Another thing too that upset me is it's called Red Christmas. Horror movie with Christmas in the title. You have one that matters, and that's black. I mean, you have more than one with Christmas, but as far as the cover, you got Black Christmas, and there's two of them. The first one is probably the better one because it's more mysterious, but the second one is still freaking awesome, with the exception of with the exception of Oliver Hudson being in, who I'm not a huge fan of. The second one was phenomenal too, but super, super twisted. Not even more twisted than this thing, to be honest with you, with what the parents did, and the brothers, the sister, or the brothers, the father. Black Christmas, Baltimore, awesome. Red Christmas? No. I'd even watch, what is it Blue Christmas? It's like a Japanese movie. Anyone know Blue Christmas? Do you know Blue Christmas out there? If you don't know Blue Christmas, that's special too. But Red Christmas, so no, don't do that. You want to see? You want a movie? You want a random Christmas horror movie that you might not have seen that I think is worth watching, all through the house. Okay, but if you like Red Christmas, you might like All Through the House too, because you also have penises being removed. So I don't know. Maybe that's the thing. Anyway, here's what I want you to tell me in the comments. Why did you like this movie? Or if you saw it, do you agree with me? Like, did you hate it more than I did? Like this movie, I don't. It's oddly not. It's not gonna be. It won't be in my top bottom five of the year because it's not. I don't have that sort of level of disdain for it. It's not like what House of October Bell 2 did. But come on, no, you can't. Abortion comes back and kills everyone in the house. So that much, watch the suckling. You know, which Phil put me on to, which I've started on Amazon Prime. Still got a way to go. Folks, thanks for checking my video. I do have a lot of unboxing stuff coming soon, including very rare custom figures centered around the barn, which I can't wait to crack them open. Maybe they'll be rated today, maybe they'll be tomorrow. But you have a good one. Thanks for checking out the video.